And Keeshawn Silver, it's already kind of shaping up that he's going to be one of the top guys. And this, obviously, of this portion of the portal, because it's still early here in the cycle. And then, of course, there's going to be the spring portal cycle as well. But Keeshawn Silver already has multiple visits lined up. This is a guy who was a former 5-star recruit. First couple years at UNC, last couple years at Kentucky. Big athlete here. I mean, his basketball clips are, and I'll play them here in a second, are crazy. It's just a minute and a half of him dunking on people. Lack of big time production, his first 4 years in college, but not too many guys walking around with that size, that length, that quickness. So what are your thoughts on Keeshawn Silver?
I mean, first of all, just looking at that picture, you offer him based on the picture alone, and then you offer him on the basketball highlights. You can go back to high school that you're going to post up. Rocky Mount, North Carolina, 5-star in 2021. So he really should be in the pros. A lot of his peers are in the pros. I think a lot of people expect him to be in the pros by now. So the con is there's a reason why he's not in the pros. The pro is the guy's got physical maturity as an older player in a position where you want physical maturity. This is a guy he only has 3 career tackles for loss. Probably one of the reasons why he's still in college. He hasn't made the impact plays despite having the athleticism. 7'1" wingspan as a sophomore. He was lighter. He was about 230 then, but sub 5 flat, 40-yard dash, 4.6 shuttle, vert over 34 inches. He's gained a little weight since then, almost 100 pounds, but the athleticism has always been there, as you can see in his basketball highlights. Started off in North Carolina as a 5-star, his hometown school. Transfers over to Kentucky. Kentucky's done a great job stopping the run. Some better last year than this year, but you saw them go against a team like Georgia and be stout at the point of attack, look right from a body type standpoint. Keeshawn Silver is part of that. And look, this is a position that if you are a defensive tackle with talent, number one, you're always going to get chances. Number two, you're going to be on the high end of the money, right? This is just the reality of the situation. These guys are so rare from a body type standpoint, from an athleticism standpoint. There's not that many walking around that they're going to get every single chance in the world, and they're going to get the top teams fighting over this player. Talking about the visits, Florida today is Tuesday, December 10th. He's visiting Florida today, Florida tomorrow on Wednesday. Then he comes down about 4 hours, 5 hours south to Miami, Florida, Coral Gables. Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be visiting the University of Miami. Then he goes to USC all the way across the country, Thursday and Friday, Michigan to close it off Friday and Saturday. So you talk about a nationwide tour. The Southeast in Florida, Miami's kind of its own category down here, all the way out west to the West Coast with USC, and then the Midwest with Michigan. So he'll see a lot. He's going to get the red carpet. That's why he's talking to premier recruiting programs. But interesting to see where he fits. If you expect him to be a dominant player, I think you'll be disappointed. If you're getting someone to just give you a body type with experience and with physical maturity and the ability to stop the run, I think you're going to improve your room.
So with that being said, and you kind of alluded to it there, D, with your answer about, yes, the production hasn't been All-American level from Keeshawn Silver, but the traits that he has are very difficult for people to pass up on. So going to the question that you were talking about here, Ontario Jackson says, would you give Bear Alexander a chance to clog the middle? Never seen his game, moves around every year, but was a big recruit coming out of high school. And let me pull up the tweet here. I found the timeline of the last 7 years of Bear Alexander's football career, and it looks a little something like this.
Yeah, it's been a journey. I feel we see Bear Alexander more on the transaction wire. He's going to be a group chat sports favorite. That's what we talk about here. Group chat football live is the transaction. So Bear Alexander is a frequent guest, but yeah, I think guys with this size, guys with this pedigree, guys with this athleticism, they get chances. He named as his favorites for the portal Penn State, Oregon, and SMU. So these 3 playoff teams, he's aiming high. I think a team like SMU is more likely. The team that's going to take a chance on Bear Jackson, Ontario, to me, is going to be somebody that is not able to recruit these body types out of high school. So you get them when you can get them. A team like SMU, you're not going to get a Bear Jackson out of high school. It's just not going to happen, at least not now in the current recruiting landscape. So you get them with a little bit of dust on them in the portal and hope you can get a good season out of them, get them to buy into your culture and what you're trying to do. So I think teams like that are trying to win, but they can't recruit these guys out of high school, that's where you will see a Bear Jackson land. More so, Penn State would surprise me because they can recruit these guys.
Hold on.
Bear Alexander. I'm already messing
There
him
you
up.
go. Good.
Bear Alexander. I think SMU makes more sense. Penn State, they already got guys like this on the defensive line and all over their defense. They produce first rounders every year. They got another one with Abdul Carter coming up this year. I don't see that as much. I could be wrong. Oregon brought in a big transfer, Derek Harmon, who will probably be a first round pick, but he didn't have this kind of baggage. To me, I think of this list, SMU makes the most sense because SMU doesn't get a guy like this every single year.